Good afternoon. This is David Gordon, attorney in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm here with you today to talk about giving a personal injury recorded statement. Remember that recorded statement is the interview that an insurance company wants to take of you after you've been in an accident. They want to know how you got hurt, they want to know why you got hurt, and so forth. And remember, in that first part of this series, I told you that your first response to such a request is no. You can say it politely, that is no thank you, no I'd rather not, but the answer is still the same, the answer is no. There are, however, some occasions on which you must give a recorded statement. For example, if you're making a claim for an injury in a car crash against your own insurance company, you're required to cooperate. And cooperation includes a recorded statement. So I'm going to give you some preparation advice today in part 2. In part 3, I'll give you some guidelines for the interview itself, but today we're talking about preparation. I'm going to give you 2 things to do in order to prepare. And first, I'm going to tell you why you need to do these 2 things. It's because the insurance adjuster is going to be asking you for details. She's going to want to know how many lanes of traffic there are on the roadway where you got hurt. She's going to want to know the names of the roads at the intersection in which the accident occurred. She's going to want to know where the traffic signals are. She's going to want to know if there's a turn arrow. All these details you may have forgotten. She's going to want to know how far from the intersection you were when you first saw the other vehicle with which you collided. You don't want to be caught off guard when these details are asked. So here's what you need to do. Number 1, go back to the scene. Go back to where you got hurt. If it's a car accident, if it's a slip and fall, whatever it is, return to the scene and get your bearings. Look at that intersection. Look at where the traffic signals are. Look at that light to see whether there's a turn arrow. Check the speed limit on the roadway where you were traveling. Find out all you can about that intersection and refresh your memory on just where you got hurt. Second thing you need to do, get in your hand a copy of the police report or incident report. You can be sure that the adjuster has a copy of that in her hand when she's asking you questions. And that report has things like the time of the accident, the direction the cars were traveling, the names of the roads at the intersection of the collision. It's going to have the speed limit of the roads. It's going to have a diagram of the lanes, how many lanes there were traveling each direction. Now, the officer might have made some mistakes, and that's why you want to be sure to visit the intersection, but you want to have that report in your hand. So it's just 2 things I've asked you to do to prepare. Number 1, go back to the scene, reorient yourself. And number 2, get that police report in your hand. Well, that's all I've got for you today. We're talking about recorded statements. I've got more for you in part 3. Until then, call me if you think we can help you. If you've been hurt in an accident, give us a call. Let's talk about it. That's David Gordon in Memphis, Tennessee. Until next time.